state of Karnataka holds special significance for the Bharatiya Janata Party because it's a state that the BJP has been the most successful in southern India and has been an entry point towards expanding its presence in this part of the country. And someone who's been witness to this remarkable rise is Prahlad Joshi, a BJP veteran, the current Minister for Parliamentary Affairs and Coal and four-time Member of Parliament. Neha Hebbale tracked his election campaign in Dharwad Lok Sabha constituency, which votes on the 7th of May.
Hello and namaskara from Dharwad Lok Sabha constituency. I'm Neha Hebbale and my video journalist Pradeep along with me have driven 400 kilometers from Bengaluru to bring you this special report. Well, we are spending the day with Union Minister and the MP of the constituency, Prahlad Joshi, as we catch up with him on his candid side and how things are going ahead of his campaigning. Stay tuned. Well, it's 7 in the morning and we've reached Prahlad Joshi's house, and here on Access today, we're giving you complete access to what he is as a person and not as a politician. We're going to be capturing the entire candid side of things. However, it is 7 right now and he's in fact returned home. We understand from his drivers, from his security as well, that he's only come home by about 2 in the morning, and which is why he's still, of course, trying to catch up on a little bit of rest right now, given the fact that it is the polling season. Also, it is, of course, very hectic days now here. At his house in Hubli, one thing that we've always seen, whenever, of course, we've come, has been the fact that there are people lining up at his house from as early as 5 or 6 in the morning, even sometimes. And even as we're all set to enter his house right now and wait for him, one thing is that there are people here already waiting for him. People of his constituency, of course, those whom he'd be going back to seek his votes from. But for now, stay tuned as we wait for him. Well, it's about 8:30 now and we are still waiting for Sir to come down. But meanwhile, we've managed to catch hold of Ma'am here, of his wife. We're going to quickly get in a word from her. Ma'am, अगर आप हमको बता सकते हैं, सर के लाइफ में एक दिन कितना बिजी रहता है, कैसे चलता है उनका एक दिन?
सारा दिन बिजी रहते हैं। अभी तो इलेक्शन है ना, इसलिए और थोड़ा बिजी है। और पहले एमपी थे ना, थोड़ा बहुत टाइम निकालते थे। अभी मोदी के कैबिनेट में मिनिस्टर है ना, इधर सिर्फ 2 दिन इधर आते हैं हुबली को, इसलिए ज्यादा दिन बिजी रहते हैं।
Prahlad Joshi began his day with a customary puja, but today was a bit more special as we were speaking to him on the occasion of Ram Navami.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर, आप कैसे हैं? आज रामनवमी का दिन है, बड़ा पूजा चल रहा है सर घर पे। ये हर रोज का ऐसे ही है सर?
मैं तो हर रोज मैं गायत्री जप करता हूँ
जी।
तो गायत्री जप करके मैं बाहर निकलता हूँ ऑल द 365 डेज।
ओके।
तो ये तो बहुत, आज तो विशेषता है रामनवमी
जी।
इसके अलावा तो हम नित्य पूजा तो मैं करता हूँ।
जी सर जी।
Karnataka is also a diverse state, with each region having its own set of delicacies, style of cooking and culinary tastes. As we were getting ready for breakfast, we had a chance to speak to Prahlad Joshi's mother as well.
ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಲದೇವರು ನರಸಿಂಹದೇವರು, ರಾಮದೇವತ, ಕುಲಗೂಡಪ್ಪ, ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅನುಗ್ರಹದ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ. ಅವರ ತಂದೆಯವರು, ನಮ್ಮನೆಯವರು, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಭಾಳ ಧರ್ಮದಿಂದ ಭಾಳ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕತೆಯಿಂದ ಇದ್ದುದರಿಂದ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ, ದೇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡ್ಯ. ನನಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಅದ, ನನಗೆ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಯ್ತು.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. Well, you know, in fact, what she's gone on to say very quickly for our viewers here who don't understand Kannada is that, you know, she's just thankful for the fact that, you know, she has this opportunity. And even today when she sees her son, it gives her a lot of joy, is what she said. And, you know, moreover, of course, she's extremely happy to be able to do this whenever she can. The few opportunities that we get to come to Hubli when Sir is in Hubli himself.
And of course, when Neha Hebele spoke to Prahlad Joshi over breakfast, he spoke extensively not just about his dietary preferences but also about the rise of the BJP, especially in North Karnataka, and his own initiation into active politics with the agitation to hoist the Indian flag at Eidgah Maidan in Hubli in the early 90s, considered a pivotal moment in Karnataka's political history and something that would alter the BJP's fortunes here considerably.
Sir, when we were taking a walk of your house downstairs, we saw a photo with Vajpayee ji as well. It was a black and white photo. Could you tell us a little bit about when that photo was taken, or a very fond memory that you have with him?
He had come here during 94. At that time, actually I was not in BJP. I was working in RSS. But for election, I was told to take care of Hubli Dharwad. At that time, Vajpayee had come. At that time, what happened? He came from Goa.
Okay.
Somehow Goa people, somehow Goa people at that time, after the completion of the Goa program, they, at that time he was not, former Prime Minister also. They arranged a vehicle for him and they just sent it.
Okay.
In between, there was nobody who was accompanying him.
Okay.
As soon as he came here, he was very hungry. And I talked to him and I said, "What? How are you?" बहुत भूखा लगा है ऐसे। मैंने तुरंत कुछ एक होटल को लेके अरेंजमेंट किया।
Okay.
Then he was a little upset also because arrangements were not proper, because party was also not like that. But as soon as he had the breakfast, he asked me how many people have gathered. There was a public meeting. I said more than 1 lakh.
Okay.
क्या बात कर रहे हो? ऐसे बोले। मैंने साहब ऐसा है। तो मैं थक गया हूँ। मैं सिर्फ 15 मिनट बोलूँगा। ठीक है सर, आप जाइए, क्योंकि वाजपेयी आना ही बहुत बड़ा बात था।
Exactly.
आप तो आइए। तब जब उन्होंने पूरा भरे हुए ग्राउंड देखा, भरा हुआ ग्राउंड देखा, तब उन्होंने 45 मिनट्स बोला। At that time, I had taken that photo.
Okay, sir. So, if we're to talk about Hubli Dharwad, sir, and your, political journey on the whole, sir, what is probably the most fondest memory for you, sir, in your career? You've started at a very young age, sir, with the RSS, and then you've joined the BJP, and you've played a very monumental part as far as Karnataka's BJP chapter is concerned, whether it's starting from the Eidgah Maidan and the whole movement, your relationship with Yediyurappa ji, with Anant Kumar ji as well. What is probably your fondest memory, sir?
Fondest memory is when Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi gave a call as a national president to hoist the national flag in the public places. At that time, here there is a traffic island. Now flyover is going on because of the blessings of Modi ji and Gadkari. I decided to hoist the flag there, but authorities suggested me to do it in Eidgah Maidan.
Okay.
Then after 4 days, they said permission is denied. I said, why? Some people are opposing. Now, who is opposing to hoist the national flag? And that's also public place. Then they said, no, you can't hoist. I will hoist. At that time, there was a lathi charge. We were all beaten. We were taken to jail. After that, almost 3.5 years, we could not hoist the national flag, but we used to forcibly enter. But one Jawan had come, because media, social media was not like it.
Absolutely, it must have been very different.
So they they don't used to recognize me. I used to go in a different setup. So changing my dress, cap, wearing all those things. Then one Jawan asked me, we have all been called paramilitary Jawan.
Okay.
What is happening here? He said, the national flag hoist करने के लिए नहीं दे रहे. अरे हम national flag के लिए लड़ते ही इधर नहीं दे रहे हैं. ऐसे उन्होंने बताया था. And after that, such a lengthy agitation which I had led. Then in 1995, Congress government on the same cause that was thrown out. And in 96, January 26th, we could able to hoist the national flag there with all honor. That was the most pride moment for me.
Okay, okay. Would you say that was the start of politics? Would you say that's where you became prominent?
Even at that time, I was not in BJP, but I led the agitation under the guidance of Yediyurappa and Anant Kumar. And because of that, I could get a name. And BJP invited me, and Sangh also gave me the permission to go to the BJP.
Okay. You must have been quite young, sir, then?
I was 30.
Okay, okay. Right, right.
30, I think 34.
Okay, okay. Right. Thank you, sir. We understand that you have a busy day. Of course, we'll stick with you till, to see how the day goes by.
Time for the campaign. The rank and file, the cadre are truly the heart of any political party, and Prahlad Joshi visited this 96-year-old BJP Karyakarta for breakfast.
I feel extremely happy because in 1984, this Hogarji, his name is Chandrasekhar Hogar. At that time, there was nobody to even put outside the booth. We put one table from the party. For that, nobody was there. That he has done it. And Chikmatji, who is 96-year-old, still active, commands lot of respect among the all, especially in Virshaiv Lingayat. And he has done previously all elections. As soon as he became 21 years, from that day, he is doing only BJP or Jansangh election. And especially...
high school ಇದ್ದಾಗಿಂದಾನೆ RSS ನೀವಿನ್ನೂ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ RSS ಇದ್ದಾಗಿಂದ ಅದು ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗಿಂತ ನಾ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮಟ್ಟದಾಗ RSS ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಅವರು ಬರ್ಬರ್ತ ಏನೋ ತೇರು ಇಳಿದು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಏನೇನಾಗಿ ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಆಗಿ ಜನಸಂಘ ಯಾವಾಗ ವಾಜಪೇಯಿ ಅವರು ಜನಸಂಘ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅವತ್ತಿಂದ ನಾನು ಬದ್ದೆ ನಾವು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳಿ 100%.
Okay, thank you. Well, a lot of confidence, of course, that's being exuded over here with the Karyakartas, with Sir also himself, going on to say that he has a support base of a lot of people across the constituency.
The campaign continued through the morning in a constituency that was established after a delimitation process in 2008. Prahlad Joshi has been winning each time, winning by over 1 lakh votes in 2009 and 2014 and doubling that margin in 2019. This time round, he's fighting against a young congressman, Vinod Asuti, who will be contesting the Lok Sabha elections for the very first time. The BJP won 25 out of 28 seats in the 2019 Lok Sabha polls in Karnataka, but is now fighting this Lok Sabha election after having been defeated in the state assembly polls in May 2023.
Hours of absolute running around for you, sir. Campaigning चल रहा है, मंदिर के विजिट हो रहे हैं, कार्यकर्ता के घर पे नाश्ते हो रहे हैं, sir. How has the response been so far, sir? How confident are you कि यहाँ के लोग सब आपके साथ हैं? सुबह से तो हमको वही दिख रहा है.
आप तो स्वयं देख रहे हैं कि लोग कितने प्यार से मेरे काम पे और माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी का नेतृत्व को एक बार मोदी सरकार ऐसे कह के एक रिकॉग्निशन देने के लिए तैयार है. तो जनता जनार्दन इंतजार कर रहे हैं 7 तारीख का. 7 तारीख मुझे विश्वास है रिकॉर्ड मार्जिन से हम जीत जाएंगे.
सर बीच में आपका बैक का भी थोड़ा इशू हुआ था सर. You had some back pain as well. So is this normal, sir? Despite the back pain, you are standing tall and going on.
ऑल ऑफ अ सडन हो गया था, अभी ठीक है. Amazing, the kind of response what Mr. Prahlad Joshi is getting in this area is unprecedented. Though he's been representing us from last 4 terms, the kind of support what he's getting this time is phenomenal.
Okay, if I have to ask you, apart from the politics around this, what is the one thing that you would say describes Sir the best?
It is his approachability. He is extremely approachable. Whether the least of the least person or one of the last worker of the party or the most important person of the society. He is approachable to everyone.
How confident are you of Mr. Prahlad Joshi winning?
Prahlad Joshi is going to win minimum 2 lakhs margin.
Much confident, and it is not just a victory with huge margin. The people of all cross sections are with Modi, BJP, and me.
No visit to Dharwad is complete without a bite of the iconic Dharwad Peda.
While we had a little bit time on hand, we decided to come to the world famous Mishra Peda, which is of course something that's taken over the hearts of millions of people. The Dharwad Peda is what makes this entire district so popular. Remember that Prahlad Joshi also in fact, had presented the Prime Minister with a box of Dharwad Peda from this very place. Of course, we're going to quickly give this peda a little try. Bhaiya, namaste. नमस्ते, कैसे हैं सब? अच्छा जी, तो हमने सुना है कि धारवाड़ का पेड़ा सबसे अच्छा पेड़ा है, उसका नाम ही यहाँ से आता है, तो थोड़ा चखने के लिए मिल सकता है जी. थैंक यू. Wow. Well, it's very evident why this peda is so popular world over. In fact, we also know. भैया आप बता सकते हैं कि यहाँ से बहुत बड़े से बड़े लोग भी आके पेड़ा यहीं से खरीदते हैं. इसका इतना अच्छा क्या रहता है कि सब यहीं पे आते हैं?
वो दूध और कवा और सभी हमारा क्वालिटी यूज करते हैं मैडम. इसके लिए बड़ा बड़ा लोग इधर आके ये पेड़ा खरीदते हैं.
ओके. तो एक दिन में कितने पेड़े बिकते हैं?
हिसाब नहीं रहता मैडम, बहुत जाता है. इसके लिए वो हमारा टेस्ट रहता ना, वो हमारा कवा है और दूध यूज करने का बहुत अलग होता है टेस्ट.
तो सब आके यहाँ पे यही मांगते हैं, धारवाड़ पेड़ा ही मांगते हैं.
इधर का धारवाड़ का पेड़ा ही फेमस मैडम. कौन भी लोग आए तो वही पूछते पहला.
डन. थैंक यू भैया. वेल, now that we've got our peda and we've satiated our platter, we're going to go back and speak to Sir and find out a lot more about how this is from the Dharwad Peda that goes all the way till the Parliament as well every time he goes back.
Prahlad Joshi is very much at home in Hubli Dharwad, though he was born in Vijaypura. However, he was educated here and went on to secure a bachelor's degree from KS Arts College in Hubli. He was appointed General Secretary of the BJP in Dharwad district in 1998 and has risen through the grassroots in a political career that has spanned more than 3 decades. By the time it was lunch, we had met members of Prahlad Joshi's family as well. Joshi is a father to 3 daughters.
Well, at the start of the show, we promised you full access into Sir's life as to how he spends the whole day with his family. And today, this is a scene which we rarely get to see, with Sir back home having lunch with the entire family. And this, of course, comes... Yes, absolutely, sir. Sir, I have to ask you, how good does it feel to be back home, the midst of the politics? You need your family's support the most right now. How good does it feel to be back home having lunch with the whole family?
Normally in the afternoon I will not come to house for lunch. Because this is Ramnavami, I am here today and entire family members are here. including my granddaughter.
Okay.
I'm very happy. And after this, I have to go to the capital.
Okay. जब से ये दिल्ली गए हैं मैम, कैसे रहा है सब?
5 साल हो गए अभी टाइम भी नहीं मिलता उनको, फिर भी कभी कभी आते हैं ना, वही खुशी होता है हमें।
जी
खाने के लिए घर आते हैं,
जी
वही खुशी होता है।
He is a perfect family man also. He knows how to balance everything. He'll give us time also. Like there's no single day where he has made us feel like, oh, we don't have our parents with us. He's just one call away. Even though he's sitting in a very important meeting, he comes to know that if my daughters are upset, he'll leave everything and he'll talk to us. So that's how he is.
So how are the JDS and the BJP karyakartas on ground, sir? How is it getting along?
We're
And your
trying to
nomination?
see, it is natural that we contested in last election against each other, all the election. And now since we have to gel, mainly the leaders at their respective constituencies, respective region, they have to coordinate and they have to tell their karyakartas to take confidence into each other. That is happening naturally. And according to me, BJP and JDS are natural allies. For some or other reason, they were away from us. Whenever there is a need of allies, that be for BJP and for JDS, both they are natural allies.
Okay. Sir, very quickly, if I have to ask you, senior JDS leader had made some remarks, sir, quite, last year sometime. We saw some remarks coming in from H.D. Kumaraswamy, sir. But from what we see on ground today, it seems like all of that has been ironed out, sir, those differences, and both the parties are fighting this election together, sir, united.
Ananya,
Changing the stand is always accepted in the politics. Unless it is very contradictory with basic beliefs and basic principles. Other than that, we had a good personal rapport, so that is it is not becoming a big issue.
Okay.
If the BJP intends to win 370 seats on its own, performing impressively in 28 seats in Karnataka is of paramount importance. It will need to achieve the kind of strike rate that it did in 2019 of almost 90%. Is it really going to be smooth sailing this time, given the changed political circumstances in the state? We will have to wait and see.